Hello students, welcome back to our channel. Here I am Rajeshwari Mishra. Today I am going to teach a new topic. This is a new topic, also a new fundamental base topic of the COA. Without this topic you cannot enter the COA's world. And this topic name is memory system. And this memory system includes the memory hierarchy, second the main memory, also the secondary storage, and last one is cache memory. All this topic belongs to this memory system. First, one by one we'll cover this topic. First, let us come to the memory hierarchy. Memory hierarchy. A computer memory should be fast and large and inexpensive, and the memory hierarchy is obtained the highest possible access speed while minimizing the total cost of the memory system. That means it can be said that the computer memory should be fast. Fast means first in access, and large means large in size, and inexpensive, that means low in cost. The computer memory should be fast, large and inexpensive. This is the hierarchy structure of the memory. That means in level 0 to level 5 we are categorized. First is register, then cache, then main memory, then disk, then magnetic disk, then magnetic tapes. When we are going from top level 5 to level 0, we can see that it increases the cost per bit. That means in level 0 we can get the register in high cost, and when we are coming from the level 0 to level 5, it increases the capacity and also the access time. That means the magnetic tapes have the largest access time than the register. This is the memory hierarchy structure. And the second topic comes to the main memory. The main memory, it can be said that it stores a data and program during the computer operation, and it uses the semiconductor technology, hence it is known as the semiconductor memory. That means only the main memory stores the data and program only during the computer operation. When the computer operation can be carried out, the data and programs are stored in main memory. This is the memory structure. In memory structure, the memory can be categorized into two parts. What are they? The first part, the primary memory, and the second, the secondary memory. The basic difference between the primary memory and the secondary memory is that the primary memory has the highest speed and the lowest storage capacity, and the vice versa is of secondary memory. That means the secondary memory has the lowest speed than the primary memory but has the highest storage capacity. And the primary memory is divided into two types, that is cache memory and the main memory. Again, the main memory is divided into two types. This is the RAM and the ROM. RAM means the random access memory and ROM means read only memory. Again, the RAM is divided into two types, SRAM and DRAM, static RAM and dynamic RAM, and ROM is classified into various types. First one is PROM, then EPROM, then EEPROM, or we can say that E square PROM. PROM means programmable read only memory. EPROM means erasable programmable read only memory, and EE or E square PROM means electrically erasable programmable read only memory. Then comes to the secondary memory. Like the primary memory, secondary memory is of kind of types. It is divided into four types like magnetic tape, magnetic disk, optical disk, and flash memory. Magnetic tape has no classification, but magnetic disk has two types. First one is HDD, second one is FDD, hard disk drive and floppy disk drive. Again, the optical disk is divided into four types: CD, compact disc, DVD, digital versatile disc, BRD, Blu-ray disc, and HVD, holographical versatile disc. And the last one is flash memory. It is of two types. First one is memory card and second one is pen drive. This is the memory structure, this one the primary memory and this one the secondary memory. This primary memory has of kind of classification and also the secondary memory has of kind of classification. These are the abbreviation which terms are used already we have seen in the structure. These are nothing the same term: RAM, random access memory; ROM, read-only memory; SRAM, static random access memory; DRAM, dynamic random access memory; PROM, programmable read-only memory; EPROM, erasable programmable read-only memory; EEPROM, electrically erasable programmable read-only memory; HDD, hard disk drive; FDD, floppy disk drive; CD, compact disc; DVD, digital versatile disc; BRD, Blu-ray disc; HVD, holographic versatile disc. These terms are used previously in our memory structures. Then comes to the next term. This is the secondary memory. The secondary memory means the devices that provide the backup storage are called auxiliary memory. Whenever we want some extra memory or we need some extra memory, then we'll get an idea, oh yes, the secondary memory. Or we can say, or we can take examples like magnetic disk and tapes are commonly used auxiliary devices. It is not directly accessible to the CPU, but it is accessed using the input and output channels. And we can say that it is slow. Obviously it is slow in nature, but it is cheap and large in capacity. That means large in capacity means the storage capacity is very large, so that when we require or when we need some extra memory, the term the secondary memory will get to our mind. It is non-volatile in nature, that is, it retains the data when the power is switched off. That means when the power is switched off, after that also our data can be written, as because it is non-volatile like RAM. And also it is also called as the external memory. Yes, the secondary memory, we can say that the secondary memory as and the external memory. And the last term covers our topic. This is the cache memory. This it is the memory which is very nearest to the CPU or the processor, and all the recent instructions are stored into the cache memory. That what happens whenever whenever the data and the information are stored in the main memory will be executed in next, these data or information will be stored in cache, and it is very nearest to the processor also or to the CPU also. So it is the memory which is very nearest to the CPU, and all the recent instructions, whatever the instructions or information is stored in main memory and will be executed in next, these will be placed into the cache memory. This is the cache hierarchy. And also what happens, the cache accepted all the information and data from the main memory, and it again sends to the processor, and in processor the register accepts or receives those information or data, and it again sends to the ALU, arithmetic logic unit. It sends to the ALU to perform the operation in processor, and all the information or data are sent bit by bit, and this is the cache hierarchy. A cache memory is attached from storing the input which is given by the user and which is necessary for the CPU to perform a task. As I have already said, the cache memory is attached for storing the input and which is given by the user and which is necessary for the CPU to perform a task. But sometimes what happens, if the processor finds the address code is not available in cache memory, then it referred to as cache miss. What happens when a processor, this is the processor or CPU, when a processor sometimes it wants some information or address or data bytes from the cache, but it does not available in cache. So this type of scenario is known as cache miss. And in this scenario, what happened, the information or data bytes are sent to the cache from the main memory, then the cache will be able to send those information to the processor. After that, getting the processor can be executed. This is the processor, this is the cache, and this is the main memory. In between the cache and the main memory, only the block transfer can be occurred, and in between the CPU and the cache memory, only the word transfer can be happened. This is only the idea about the cache memory. Then comes to a short formula about a heat ratio. Formula for heat ratio is equal to number of heats divided by total number of the bus cycles into 100%. Number of hits means the success in finding the words in cache. As I said before, that sometimes processor wants some words or information from the cache, but sometimes it miss or sometimes it gets success to get. That means whenever the number of times it success, that is the number of the hits. Success in finding the words in cache. Then the total number of the bus cycle. The total number of bus cycle means the total CPU reference to the memory. That means the total number of hits plus the total number of miss. The total number of hits divided by total number of bus cycle into 100% gives the result of the hit ratio. And all these includes the memory system. When the memory system includes the memory hierarchy, the main memory, the secondary memory, and the cache memory. And the cache memory is the last topic. It includes the memory system. Thank you.